The day before I make my dressing, I fix the cornbread. I make the cornbread. I use 4 cups of meal and about a cup of flour, about 2 tablespoonfuls of sugar, about 1/4 cup of oil. I boil my eggs according to whatever you like. You can cook 6 or you can cook 3. I am cooking 3. I boil them, set them aside, let them cool. Alright, we cooked the cornbread and set it aside, and once it's cooled, we will crumble it up and put it in a container until the next morning when you begin to fix your dressing. Now, it is the next morning, and I am pouring the cornbread into a mixture of about a teaspoonful of thyme, some poultry seasonings, salt and pepper, and a little bit of crumbled bread crumbs. This is also optional. Also, I pour in my chicken cubes. I have 4 chicken cubes for the herb seasoning. And now I am ready to put in my cornbread. And after the cornbread, I will pour in the poultry seasoning that I saved, also some that I bought. This is chicken broth. My chicken broth is waiting to be mixed in with the cornbread. I put in the rest of my cornbread mixture into the broth that I have poured in, and I will have to mix it really, really well. Then I will place in a cup of celery that I chopped earlier on. I will grate onions and chop onions and place in this. I am now cutting the onions to go in. I will have about a cup of onions. I will cube it up real fine, and then, well, not too fine. You'll have a little texture. And then I'll grate 1 into the dressing. I am measuring to be sure I have a cup. I want a cupful. Alright, when I do have the cupful, then I will stir it in. I have a ½ cup now. I'll come back later and stir it in. Also, I have a cup of celery I will stir in. And then later I will come and put in the eggs that are now getting ready. And I am stirring and stirring. I am now opening my cream of chicken and a can of cream of celery soup. I will place it in this pot and get it the consistency, put a little hot water in it so that I can stir it into my dressing. It is very congealed, so you will need to put a little water, a little hot water, so you can dissolve it. And this is supposed to give the dressing a good chicken and celery taste. Now I will pour it into the big pot of cornbread dressing and stir and stir and stir. I am now chopping the eggs up finely. S-F-I-N-E-L-Y, finely. So that when I stir it into the cornbread mix stuffing, it will not be all chunky. I am going to stir my chopped eggs into this mixture of dressing now. And once you get it in, you really will have to stir it again to get it all mixed up. And I really didn't put in the too much of the whites. I used mostly the egg yolks. I am melting my butter so that I can really grease up the pans good before I put the dressing in there. Now putting the butter into the pan, and I will take my hand and really get it all around so that it will, maybe that wasn't enough. Let's put that whole chunk in this one pan. And then I have another pan to do the same way. The amount of dressing that I have usually turns out to be 2 big pans. And now, second one, which I'll have to get a little more for this pan. Now I'm going to get my cooked chicken out of the refrigerator and place into these pans before it will be on the bottom. Like so. Okay, since I didn't pepper the chicken that much, I am now grinding some good old peppercorn, whatever, peppercorn, black pepper, on top of the chicken in the pans. I am now ready to dip my mixture, my dressing mixture, and pour it over the chicken. And hopefully it will be just right, enough for 2 pans. I am now stirring the dressing mixture up so that it will be really, I'm really doing it to see if it's moist enough, if it's juicy enough. Here we go, loop-de-loop. This one may not be quite as full, but it'll be full enough. I am taking a cookie sheet and placing my pan of dressing on the cookie sheet so that it will, if it does happen to run over, it won't spill into my oven. And here is the second one placed on here. Now I am placing it in an oven that is already heated to 380. You can use it 380, 375, or 400, however you want to cook yours. And I hope I don't spill it. My dressing is done. I'm turning the oven off and pulling the dressing out. And it is very hot. Oh God. Now, there's one. There you go. And here's the second pan. And it is heavy. Now, that looks better, doesn't it? Now we will test to see just how good and ready and done the dressing is. Looks great, looks good.